The last thing I remembered was fire. Not the kind that dances in hearths or consumes forests. This was stellar fire, white, blue, and violent, tearing through atmosphere's shields like paper. Arcani's prime had been a jewel of the outer spiral. Floating cities. Gravity bridges woven from polarized light. Defense arrays powerful enough to repel small fleets. None of it mattered when the Draxian Armada emerged from fold space. Their ships looked like skeletal leviathans, ribs of black metal curving around pulsing cores. They did not broadcast demands. They did not negotiate. They erased. I was in the lower command deck when the first impact struck. Shields collapsing on the eastern hemisphere. Orbital cannons offline. Evacuate the Royal District. Every voice blurred into noise. And then, the palace tower ruptured. I ran. Not because I was brave. Because I was ordered to. Get the Queen to the evacuation platform. Commander Sereth shouted. Queen Lyriel Vera of Arcanis. The blue-skinned queen. The last sovereign of a people who could bend ocean currents with a gesture and weave bioluminescent armor from their own skin. I found her in the throne chamber. She was standing still. The ceiling above her fractured, spilling sparks and debris like falling stars. Your Majesty, we have to move. Her skin glowed brighter than usual, a deep cerulean threaded with silver light. The veil is failing, she said calmly. The veil can't be stabilized, I answered. We have minutes. She turned toward me. Her eyes were oceans, vast, luminous, unreadable. You are not a soldier, she said. No, I replied, breath ragged. I'm your chief systems architect, and yet you remain. I didn't answer that. Another explosion rocked the chamber. The floor tilted. I grabbed her arm. It was warm, alive. Now, I said. We ran. The collapse. The evacuation platform was chaos. Royal guards fought Draxian shock troops in the corridors, tall, armored creatures with plasma scythes humming in their hands. I pushed the Queen toward the last shuttle. Go! She didn't move. You first. Don't argue. A blast wave tore through the wall. Shrapnel flew. Something struck me inside. I felt heat. Then cold. Then nothing. The Queen's voice echoed distantly. Kale. And then the world went dark. Between death and silence. There is a space between life and death that no one speaks about. It isn't light. It isn't darkness. It is absence. I floated there, detached from pain, from gravity, from memory, until something pulled me back. Not violently, gently, like a tide reversing. Sound returned first. A low, steady rhythm. Then warmth. Then her voice. I thought you died. My eyelids felt like stone. I forced them open. Blue. That was the first color I saw. Blue skin glowing faintly under medical lights. Silver hair falling forward as she leaned over me. The Queen. Alive. Holding me. Her arms were around my shoulders, steadying my half-conscious body. For a moment, I thought I was still dreaming. You're real, I whispered. Her breath caught. You woke, she said softly. I thought you died. The world that remained. We were not on Arcanis. That much was obvious. The ceiling above us was curved metal, not the crystalline architecture of the palace. The air smelled recycled. A ship. Where are we? I asked. Beyond the outer asteroid field, she replied. The capital fell. The words hit harder than the wound. Sereth, gone. The veil, the planetary defense consciousness tied to her bloodline, was silent. Her people were scattered. The Draxian Armada now occupied Arcanis Prime. I tried to sit up. Pain exploded through my ribs. You were pierced by ion shrapnel, she said, pressing me back gently. Your heart stopped twice. And yet I'm here. She looked at me differently then. Not as a sovereign, as someone who had almost lost something. I carried you to the shuttle, she said. You should have left me.
No.
It wasn't defiance. It was certainty. The queen without a throne. Days passed as I recovered. The ship was small, a royal courier vessel designed for speed over comfort. Only 12 survivors remained. Engineers, 2 guards, a medic, and the queen. She did not isolate herself. She moved among us, checking wounds, reviewing navigation, studying long-range scans. But something had changed. Without her Connies, without the veil, she was still powerful, but she was no longer anchored. One evening, I found her alone in the observation chamber. The stars outside streaked as we traveled through sublight drift. You should be resting, she said without turning.
So should you.
Silence. Then, you were gone, she said quietly. Your pulse was absent. I heard you. Her head tilted slightly. Between the darkness. I heard you. She turned then. Kale, when I held you, I felt something. Pain.
No.
She stepped closer. Connection. The word lingered between us. You were linked to the veil during the shield override, she continued. Your neural patterns synchronized with mine. That was temporary. I am not certain. Her skin pulsed faintly, responding to emotion. You were not meant to survive that. Maybe I'm stubborn. Or chosen. I frowned. I don't believe in chosen. Nor did I, she said softly. The hunt begins. 3 weeks into exile, we detected Draxian scouts. They weren't searching randomly. They were tracking her biosignature. Their warlord will not rest while I live, she said during tactical briefing. Then we make it costly, I replied. We are 12. Then we don't fight directly. Engineers don't think like generals. We think like saboteurs. I rewired the courier's power core to emit false signature bursts across nearby asteroid debris. We split their pursuit pattern, laid traps, collapsed microasteroids into their flight paths. When the first scout ship detonated in a debris storm, even the queen looked surprised. You adapt quickly, she said. I don't like being hunted. Neither did she. What she thought she lost. Later that night, after the danger passed, I found her in the medbay, standing where she had once believed I died. You were cold, she said quietly. I didn't answer. I held you, she continued, and I realized how small exile would feel without you. The words struck harder than any weapon. I'm not royalty, I said. You are something rarer. She stepped closer. When you opened your eyes in my arms, I felt hope return. Her hand rested briefly over my heart, careful of the healing wound. You were supposed to die for me. I don't follow orders well. A faint smile touched her lips. No, she agreed. You don't.